Hey, Brad Burud here with Flames Unfiltered. Time for another Flames Unfiltered Shorts as I sit here on a Sunday evening, beautiful outside, sun going down over my shoulder. Hopefully we can get it in with it still being light out. Blockbuster trade. Matthew Tkachuk heads to the Sunshine State of Florida. And let me preface this with how this goes down. Is it's off season and a lot of guys are on vacation. A lot of guys that follow hockey. And Friday night I was at a concert with my wife and a bunch of friends and some just good friends having a good time at a concert in North Dakota. And Kid Rock was the concert with Night Ranger. 18,000 plus outside. What started as a beautiful evening, and as Night Ranger ended their set and we prepared for Kid Rock, the clouds started rolling in and things kind of went haywire. And as I came out of the grandstand area with a beer at about the time the trade was going down, as the bug flies in my face, we see a tornado off in the distance about probably four miles away. Dust, dirt, debris going into the air. Thank goodness it wasn't coming our way. Things started to go by and we continued to wait for the concert. As this happens though, and you have 18,000 people in one place, cell phone service gets really jammed up. And I get a text, and then I get a phone call from my buddy Kyle Lewis, and I get a text from my friend Blake, and more things are going through, and my phone is buzzing, beeping. I'm getting Twitter messages, I'm getting all this stuff, but it's coming in glitchy bits and pieces, and I can't see what's going on, but I know something big went down. And I told my wife, I said, oh boy, something big's going down, but I couldn't tell what it was because I couldn't get enough service. I did see something about Lindholm, and I got scared. I thought, oh my gosh, did we trade Lindholm? I later was to find out that we got an asset that will play with Lindholm. But it was very difficult. The concert ended up getting canceled by the time we got out of there and got through the fairgrounds at the state fair. And made it through 18,000 people and back on our way where I could get normal internet service. It was about 12:30 Central Time, 12:30 Central Time. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw the trade, I about fell over. I was that happy. Let's talk about the trade. Calgary receives Jonathan Huberdeau, what I consider one of the top 5 premier forwards in the National Hockey League. On another one of my podcasts I do, the Debate Hockey podcast, I picked him to win the Hart last year, and he came damn close, didn't he? Along with Jonathan Huberdeau is MacKenzie, Weegar, a defenseman that is a top 4 defenseman in my mind, was thought of as a solid depth defenseman for Florida, and then worked his way up to play, a top line minutes, and a great asset. Cole Schwint, a prospect center, big guy, very good asset there, and then a conditional 2025 first round pick. Lots of details on that. It looks like it will be the first round in 2025. It is, I believe, top 3 protected, which it's not going to be that anyway with Florida. Calgary sends Matthew Tkachuk and a conditional 2025 fourth round pick. It was a sign and trade as Calgary signed Tkachuk for 8 years, $76 million. 68 of it, I believe, was in bonuses. I'll tell you what, it's the first trade and sign in the history of the league, and I'm excited. Jonathan Huberdeau is a great hockey player, and it's exactly what we needed in Calgary right now. As we just lose Johnny Gaudreau, and the world's going to end. Everything is going horribly. People were screaming rebuild, which I never quite understood, and something that I don't believe is going to happen when you have a Jacob Markstrom and Tanev and all those guys. But this return is about twice as good as I thought we were going to get from Tkachuk. When we heard all the rumblings last week, we filed for arbitration to give us a few more days to work out a trade, and what we consider probably one of the biggest trades in hockey in 5 years, possibly 10 years, as far as big names go. And Treliving was able to do it in 1 week's time. And of course, the negative side of this is fans are already saying, well, Huberdeau is going to be history. He's not signing here. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like Calgary. How do we know any of this? Why can't we just be positive for one day? Why can't we be happy we got an extremely good return? Why can't we do that? Everybody said he had to waive his no-trade clause. Well, he didn't. He had an 8-team no-trade list, and Calgary wasn't on it. But for fans to jump to conclusions and say that Huberdeau's not going to like Calgary is super unfair. Calgary's a beautiful city. And you know what? He's a Canadian boy that maybe wants to go and play in a Canadian market that really cares about hockey. He's been stuck in Florida. Jonathan Huberdeau, if he was in Toronto, he'd be one of the number one players in the National Hockey League as far as popularity goes. He's going to come up to Calgary and he's going to be the man. He is going to be the man. And for us to get this type of return, it is flat out amazing. It is amazing. He was tied with Gaudreau for second in the NHL last year with 115 points. That's not a bad replacement to jump right in with Lindholm. I know we lose Tkachuk. But you know what, guys? Look where we were 1 week ago. We were sitting with the fact that we lost Gaudreau for nothing. And we were sitting with the fact of, what are we going to get for Tkachuk? How many teams can afford him right now? How many teams does he want to go to? There was so many things that led me to believe that we were going to get, peanuts for Tkachuk. And so for us to get the return for Tkachuk that we got and Treliving to be able to pull this off, to me it makes Zito look like he lost his mind. Why did he have to give this much up? Now, I'm not stupid. I know these guys are both UFAs pending. But we still can turn them for assets if they don't want to re-sign in Calgary. But come on, you guys. To say that they're not going to want to re-sign in Calgary when we don't know anything about what they want. Nobody said that when we got Lindholm and Hannafin, right? And we re-signed we signed both of those guys, right? Nobody said, we never heard talk of that. People in Calgary right now are just gun shy. Puff out your chests. Be proud of the community. Be proud of Calgary. And be proud that your GM and your ownership group is going out there pushing to get players and make moves like this. Because this is a monster blockbuster deal. And for everybody that ripped Brad Treliving over the last week or two, should be ashamed of yourself. This is a deal that most GMs don't get done. They don't. This is a monster deal. And Jonathan Huberdeau and MacKenzie Weegar are going to be top-end players for the Calgary Flames. And I went from really worried about next year and how it was going to all play out to really, really excited about next year. This is a monster deal for the Calgary Flames. Check out our show this week, Flames Unfiltered. It'll be dropping Thursday. A full show. We'll talk Tkachuk trade. We're going to talk Johnny Gaudreau, just how the dust has settled on that, and his letter to the Calgary Flames fans. We'll touch on all that. Some Flames news. And it's going to be a much bigger action-packed off-season episode is what we usually have, right, Flames fans? This has been one off-season that we will not forget. And Calgary, we need to be happy. This is a monster return. And as much as many fans hate to see Matthew Tkachuk go, bringing in Jonathan Huberdeau. Probably about 28 other GMs would rather have Huberdeau than Tkachuk. That's at least my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. I think Jonathan Huberdeau is a dynamic player. And if we can get him re-signed, this is the new wave of Calgary Flames that we've been wishing and hoping for. I'm excited about this one. Check out the show this week. It'll drop Thursday. Flames Unfiltered. Thanks everybody for their support, and enjoy the off season. Enjoy the summer nights like this.